The first card you have your past is the Page of Pentacles. I love this card. It's so bright. It's springtime and all of that. It's like promise of things to come. Yeah, I'm actually seeing a lot of work here. I think you put a lot of work into something, a lot of energy into something, or you started already. Yeah, I think you're still working on whatever this is. You're still putting this energy in. I'm just looking at these little flowers around this page's feet. They look like red roses to me. They might not be, but that's how they look to me, little red flowers. And you know, red roses are symbols of, or they can be symbols of manifestation, but these flowers are tiny. So what I think is happening here is it almost feels like you wanted this to happen, you wanted to manifest this, you were hoping to achieve this thing that you're working on. But I think part of you was a little bit afraid. It was kind of, I want to manifest this, but it's kind of tiny. My hopes are tiny. That's what I'm getting. You know, I'm seeing you keeping your head down and keeping quiet about this thing you wanted to achieve. You're just working on this. It feels like something that's quite free-flowing, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but that's what I'm seeing. Free-flowing, flow. It feels organic. It might be music, it might be dance, it might be art, or it might be literal. It might be something to do with flowers, garden, because it feels like something that grows naturally, very organic, very free. And if you look at this card, he's standing in the middle of these flowers, and they're growing wildly. They just grow there. And if you look to the right of him, there are these crops, this kind of brown bit there with the lines in. So there are these crops there in the kind of uniform with all these lines, and someone's planted them. And to the left of him, there's this group of trees, and they're uniform as well. Someone's planted them and put them all in a row. So he's kind of in this, standing in this organic freedom with these flowers that are growing wildly around him, but he's surrounded by uniformity. And so I think you are keeping this to yourself, because I think the people around you, or the atmosphere around you, might have been very uniform or strict or rules, or maybe not as free as you were. It's something like that. So I hope that makes sense to you. And I also think maybe this is why these hopes and dreams were quite small, like these little flowers. Maybe this is another reason why. There's also someone I'm seeing here, and I think they used to try to make you fit into a mold, or they used to try and fit you into a mold or into a box or something. It just feels like someone tried to make you fit into something or be something you weren't. I don't think you're around this person anymore, but I think you might talk to them a little bit sometimes. I think you probably still have them in your head, or what they said to you might still be in your head. Because I'm getting this, I really want this, I'm striving for this, I'm working toward this. But there's also this little voice saying, you know, can I really do this? Should I really dare to do this? I want this, but should I dare? You know, you want these roses to get bigger. You want the manifestation to get bigger. You want to get this, but there's just this little voice in there, and it's keeping the flowers small, if that makes sense. So, you know, I think this person made you feel a little bit silly, actually. It's really horrible. And I keep on getting this feeling that you still might talk to them sometimes. So I don't know who this is, but I think you felt as if, oh, I'm not capable. I can't really do this, because the pages are students. They still have a lot to learn. And I think that's how this person made you feel, like, oh, you're a bit silly. You have a lot to learn. You don't know a lot. That's what I'm getting. And so that might be why you're keeping your hopes small, because you're like, I don't know if I can really do this. Now, if this resonates, I think you've cleared this person out of your life pretty much as you can. But then you need to be able to clear them out of your head as well, because you deserve these roses in full. You deserve the manifestation in full. You deserve everything in full. You know, I just felt as if I had to tell you that, because someone needs to hear that. And I think what's going to happen is, if you keep on working toward this, the work's going to set you free. I hope that makes sense, because I think in spite of this voice or whatever else that's in your way or whatever's in your head, if you keep on working, each time you come to a certain level or achieve a certain thing, you're going to be able to look back and say, oh, I've done that. I can do this. I've proven it to myself. Look, I can do this. Look at that. And then you're going to work into the next bit. And then you're going to look back and say, oh, I've done the next level. I've done that as well. Just little by little, your confidence is going to get bigger as you keep on working. So it's really like the work is going to set you free. So that's what I'm seeing there. As you keep on going, you're going to get more confidence. So I think that's kind of telling you that, just keep going. Whatever happens, whatever you have in your head, whatever someone tells you, however you're feeling, if you're feeling terrible, if you feel like you can't do this, just keep going anyway. Just keep going in spite of whatever's in your head, in spite of everything else. That's the message in that card. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so the next card you have for your past is, the Ace of Swords. So, okay, this can be about a few different things. I keep on seeing music around this. I don't know why. It doesn't have to be music, but I keep on seeing this. But I think, whatever this is, this is what I'm seeing. There's some kind of partnership that's going to come in for you for this work thing. It might be music, it might be something else, but I think you're going to join up with someone else. And they're going to help you with moving forward and working on this thing. That's what I'm seeing. I know this is in the past, but I think what's happening is it's all kind of being sorted out in the background, behind the scenes. Things are kind of shifting around into the right places so that this thing happens, so that you meet this person, you talk to them, and it all starts happening for you. That it's coming across really clearly to me. Because if you look at this card, it's about balance, perfect balance. And I'm actually seeing someone who's really no nonsense, actually, and you're kind of the opposite of them in a lot of ways. What I mean by that is, I'm not insulting you, I'm saying that they're quite straight up and down, and you're very kind of freer in your outlook. So I was seeing this free flow and this organic kind of thing around you. And if you look at these two branches on each side of this sword, one's an olive branch and the other one's a palm leaf. And there are a lot of different things they can represent. I won't go into that now, but basically it's about opposites. They represent opposites. So as partners, and this is a work partnership that I'm seeing here. So as partners and as opposites, you're going to work really, really well together, because what's in the middle of these two branches, of course, is this beautiful golden crown at the top there. So you'll have the opportunity through this person, with this partnership, to be at the top of your game, or you'll be able to get to or climb toward the top of your game, because that's what the crown represents, the top, the crown. So if this is resonating with you, especially if this is something to do with music, because music's coming up really strongly here. It doesn't have to be that though, but don't ever doubt this manifestation. I'm seeing you coming into contact with this person. They're going to show you through their support. They're going to support you, and they're going to see your value. And they're going to show you how valuable they see you as. So that's going to give you more confidence as well. So keep going. You don't need to do anything. I think you are going to meet this person. You are going to talk to them, and you'll know right away when you meet them. You'll know. You'll absolutely know. And I'm not saying you're going to meet this person and they're going to say, oh, we're going to be a partnership right away. No, it's going to take time. You're going to talk to them. They might have the same interest as you. They might say, oh, I know this person, or I know someone else who's in this industry or something. And then they're going to introduce you to someone, or it might be them themselves. It's going to take time. You're going to get to know them first. That's what I'm seeing. But it's very, very important. This is going to be a very important partnership, but you've already put a lot of the work in. So don't think, oh, I'm going to meet them and that's going to change my life. No, you're still going to have to put the work in, and you already have. So you know that there's work that's going to have to go into this. Okay, I know that's specific, but I think it's really important for someone to hear that. Okay. The last card you have your past is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, okay, so this is about this person. I think this person who tried to lock you in. They tried to force you into being something else or someone else. This sounds terrible, actually. It sounds like I'm saying, oh, you're going to get revenge. Oh, yeah, you're going to get this revenge on this person, but you are. You are going to get revenge on this person. That's what I'm saying. You are. You're going to get this revenge. They're going to see you getting ahead, using your talents, getting this, whatever this is, whether it's music or whatever, getting ahead in that industry, whatever it is. And again, it's not going to happen right away. It's going to happen later on, but you're getting there now. You're working toward meeting this person. But yeah, they're going to see you being successful. So whoever this is, you know, I think they're really close to you at one time. I can't quite see if this was a romantic connection. It's definitely someone who was really, really close to you. It might even be a family member. It might be a parent. I wish I could see exactly who this is, but I'm getting this feeling that, yeah, you're probably still in some kind of contact with them, I think. I think you limit it. I think you limit your contact with them because I'm seeing that very clearly. You try to limit your contact with this person. And yeah, they're going to see this achievement. So that tells me as well that they do have some kind of contact with you, or they see you, or they're going to see this. It's something. So they are going to see this. That's what I'm getting here. And yeah, I keep on seeing this person saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I think that's what's been drummed into your head for a long, long time. And that's why I think they might be a family member or a parent. I don't know, but they've drummed that into your head, I think, for many, many years. You can't do this, you can't do that. You can do that. Hopefully I'm drumming this out of your head because it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. You can achieve this, you can be yourself at the same time, and you're going to achieve this because you are yourself, because you know you have this ability. Yes, it's a bit different, it's a bit free-flowing, and you're different from your surroundings. But yeah, you're going to get that success, and they're going to see that. They're going to see that. You're going to show them. You're going to show them how valuable you are. You don't need to. You don't need to show them that. But they're going to see that. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the false card you have your present is, yeah, the devil. Okay, so, yeah, see, if this is all resonating so far, this is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so you probably think this horrible person who says you can't do this, you can't do that, I think you probably see them as this kind of devil kind of a person, this person telling you can't do things. I don't think the devil is this person. Now, you probably disagree with that because they're pretty horrible to you. And I agree, they are. They're pretty horrible. Anyone that says you can't do this, you're stupid, you're not capable, all of that, they are a horrible person in my eyes. I think they are. But what I'm seeing here is they're not going to change. You know, you can't make someone change. You can't say, oh, I really don't like this person. I really want them to change. I want them to be the person I'd like them to be. Sometimes people do change, but I don't think this person's going to change. You know, you can hope for them to change. You can ask them to change. But I think instead of focusing on them and wishing they were changing, and even thinking about them, thinking, oh, I wish they could be different. I wish they didn't say that. I wish they weren't horrible. I really would like them to be different. You know, if they're a parent, I'd love them to be the parent I need them to be. I wish they would. You can't keep on thinking that. You've got to stop thinking about that. You've got to stop focusing on them. The devil for you, this is what I'm seeing. This is a very important message if this resonates with you. The devil for you, it's in the thoughts, it's in the negative thoughts, it's in the I can't do this. It's the stuff that's in your head. That's where the devil is. I don't actually think you're totally chained to these thoughts like these poor people are chained to this devil in this card. Maybe you were once, but you're working your way out of this now. That's what I've seen in the Page of Pentacles. Each time you do more work, you're working your way out of this. The chains are getting weaker each time you get stronger. Each time you work through this, the chains are eventually going to break. And I think the timing of when they break, it's going to be when you just don't care anymore. You just don't care what they say. You don't care what they think. You don't care anything about that. That's when the chains are going to break. That's how you get rid of the devil. These words in your head. working through this, ignoring them, saying, I don't care what you say, I don't care what you think, I'm going to keep on working. Because if you're giving something attention, whether that's reacting or even thinking about them, wishing they'd change, all of that kind of thing, you're keeping the words alive, you're keeping the devil alive by giving it your energy. So the more you work on this, the stronger you feel, the closer you are to these chains breaking, if that makes sense to you. So, okay, and the other thing is, please don't think I'm blaming you. I'm not blaming you for having this in your head. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just trying to show you what I'm seeing here. You can't change them. You can only work your way out of this. You can only work your way out of what's in your head. And you've already started to do this, so just keep going. Just keep going. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Okay, phew, I'm tired now. So, the next card you have your present is the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this feels a little bit awkward to me. It feels like a kind of it feels very messy, actually. Okay, so it's nothing to do with this devil. This is a completely different situation. I think there's some kind of a friendship. It might be a friendship that goes into love and back again or something. What I'm seeing is it's going backwards and forwards a bit. It's a very kind of a messy situation. I think one of you would like more than friends. I can't quite see if this is you or them. There's also someone else in this as well. Now, it's not a third party. This isn't a third party situation here. That's not what I'm seeing. It feels like you're on and off with this person, or you're friends and then you're more and then you're friends again. So there's mess there anyway. On top of that, there's another person who is kind of trying to come in between you in some way. They're either coming in between you, or they're poking their nose in, or they're saying something, or they're in the way all the time. It's something like that. And they're creating some kind of atmosphere. It's really, really horrible. So, and there's a lot that's not being said as well, because someone wants something more with the other person. I think it's at the friend stage right now at this present time. Someone wants more. I can't see whether this is you or them. And whoever wants more isn't saying anything. I'm getting that. But there's this other person around, hanging around. Really, really terrible. So, I don't think this is going to be able to move forward with this third person around, this other person. There's some kind of disapproval, or there's someone that wants to hang around, getting in the way or something. And if it's you that wants to be with them, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I've got to say that. But you've got a lot to deal with. You've got a huge wall in front of you to get through. If you want to be with them, you've got a mess. You've got non-communication. You've got all these kind of issues. Plus, there's this other person. So if you want to talk to them, I think for one, you've got to get this person out of the way in some way for you to talk to them by yourself, because they're always around. That's what I'm seeing. And the other thing is, if they want to be with you and they know this person's kind of in the way, coming between you, they need to put on a united front with you against them. And if they don't do that, that just shows that they don't really see this as seriously as they should be. They're not putting all of their effort into making sure this works. So that's the other thing there. I wish I could explain this in a clearer way, but it's very, very messy to me. It feels very mixed up. So yeah, it's not impossible, but it feels very mixed up. There's a lot of mess to get through for this to work. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I hope that makes sense to someone. It doesn't to me, but it kind of does. But okay, so the last card you have your present is the Three of Wands. So there's more threes. So yeah, someone's definitely hanging around, or they're trying to get in between two people here. Once again, seeing this again here. So yeah, again, I don't know if you're really together in a relationship. I don't think you are. I think you have been, but you're kind of at the friend stage. But it kind of feels like someone's guarding them. It's like this third person's guarding them. They don't approve of anyone being around them. So it's not just you, I don't think. It's very, very strange. Okay, the other thing I'm seeing in this is with this partnership, this work thing, again, it's going to take a long time for this to all to come together. So firstly, it's going to take some time. I was seeing that in the Queen of Wands. It's going to take some time before you actually meet this person, when you start talking and whether you get along, you start having a conversation about, both being in the same industry or whatever, that takes time. So the journey from that first meeting to the success right at the very end, it's going to take a long time. But don't think of that as a negative, that's a positive. You're only ready for what comes along to you at the right time. And also, the best quality things take time to make. It's always like that. And again, this is showing me the value. They're going to see this value in you. This is a golden card. The sea is golden, the sky is golden. And this is how this person's going to see you and your talents and your abilities. So it's really good. It's going to be a big confidence boost for you. And your confidence is going to grow as you spend time with them. And again, this is showing me again that you've already put a lot of work into this and you're going to keep on putting the work in. Because, this man's already on top of this hill. He's climbed up there somehow. So he must have climbed up. That's the only way he could have gotten up there. And so you've done a lot of the work already. You've climbed up the hill and there's more work to come. But this person, this work partner or whoever this is, they're going to support you. They're going to steer you in the right direction. The work's going to be yours. The achievement's going to be yours. There's still a lot of work and you know that, but they're going to support you. They're going to help you. And this other person in the Queen of Wands, again, they're going to see that. They're going to see you achieving this. And they're going to be really surprised. They're going to go, oh, they can actually do this. Oh, I didn't think they could. That's what I'm seeing. Very good. Okay, so the first card you have here features the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, look at this. I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at the Page of Pentacles as well. And the Devil's in the middle. So, okay, so back there are these tiny red flowers. Once again, they look like roses. They might not be, but they look like that to me. Again, roses represent manifestation. So in the beginning, way back then, your confidence in your own ability was tiny, very tiny, like the flowers. And why is that? Because of this devil, because of what's in your head, because then the devil is in the middle of what happened then and what's happening now. So you've gotten through all of that. You've gotten that all out of your head by the time this future time comes. And if you have a look at this card, have a look at the top of this card. All these roses are full, great, big, huge red roses on this card, which is absolutely beautiful. And also, if you look at the roses, they're not wild anymore. They've been tamed into an arch. They've been pruned and formed into this arch. So I think once you had this wild talent, you had this raw talent in the beginning, and now you're on the right track. You know where it's going. You know what to do with these tamed roses. They're not wild anymore. So that's a really nice progression to see there. And it's also showing me, if you look at the top of the cross row, across at the top row, you can see that there's the Page of Pentacles, tiny roses, because the devil was there in the way. Now you've gotten over the devil and you're into the Queen of Pentacles, where the roses are bigger. And you've got the money, you've got the manifestation, and it's a bigger coin as well than the one that's in the Page of Pentacles. And now you're taking care of that. So really good, really nice progression.